Gather round, fight fans, gather round. It's about to go down. I am Kenyatta Black. Thank you for tuning in. Listen, make sure you are following me on Facebook. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. Of course, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And make sure you click that bell icon and set the settings to receive all notifications for when I go live, drop a video, or drop a short. I don't know if YouTube isn't sending out notifications when I drop a video, or if my subscribers have not set the settings to receive notifications. But listen, if you are already subscribed, make sure you change the settings to receive all notifications. And if you're about to subscribe, make sure you go ahead and set those settings properly straight out the gate so we can continue to build this platform and build this plane while we fly, baby. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Listen, I was sitting here doing what I always do. I'm sipping on a glass of Moscato, watching a Hagler fight, baby. You know, for those of you who didn't know, Marvin Hagler is hands down my favorite fighter of all time. And, you know, I've patterned so much of myself after him. You know, he's the reason I fight southpaw. You know, I learned how to throw my left watching him, especially the straight left. Especially that straight left. Which, matter of fact, you're going to see in a minute. You're going to see Hagler's straight left hand in a minute, baby. So, you know, I'm watching, and I was watching his fight with Willie Monroe. And if you didn't know, you know, give you the story. He fought Willie Monroe earlier in his career, you know, when he was a little younger, a little less experienced, you know, and on the night of the fight, Hagler was battling bronchitis. You know what I'm saying? So Willie ended up winning a decision over Marvin Hagler, a split decision, matter of fact. And, you know, from that night on, Hagler was looking for some get back. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, in the fight games, no excuses. You know, fighters didn't start making a million excuses until this generation of fighters. You know what I mean? You know, even on the street, there's no excuses. You know what I mean? Hey, if you get knocked out, bro, you get knocked out. You can't make excuses now. Don't nobody want to hear my pants was falling down. You know, something was in my eye. The sun was in my eye. You know, he snuffed me, sucker punched me. Nobody wants to hear it, bro. You got knocked out. It is what it is. So Hagler didn't make no excuses. Hagler simply wanted redemption. He wanted get back, payback, revenge. You understand? And on the night of February 15th, 1977, Hagler would finally get his wish and get his rematch with Willie Monroe. And I'm sitting there, I'm watching this fight, and it's the moments leading up to the stoppage and the immediate moment after the stoppage. Just some of the most beautiful boxing you've ever seen. And one of the most beautiful moments in boxing that you've ever seen. Because it's a redemption, that's not a hardcore redemption story, you know what I mean? It's not like Willie Monroe whipped Hagler's ass in the first fight, because he damn sure did. But still, to win, you know, he's winning a rematch, plus just the boxing coupled with the moment, you got to see it for yourself. And as a matter of fact, without further delay, let's roll that beautiful bean footage. Watch how he does this, right? All right, so he slips the little lazy jab. Watch how he circles to his left and then throws his left. He loves to do that. He's knocked a few people out with that. Now he's trying to close the distance. He knows what he wants to do. Feint with the right, straight left, right down the middle, lays him out. But watch him. He's in the moment, but he recognizes the moment. You can tell what he's thinking. He's thinking, get up. He knows he's got his opponent hurt, Now watch what he does. Now I gotta pause this. Watch his feet. Look at his feet. He fought this man southpaw the entire fight pretty much. So Monroe is right now, even though he's hurt, he's expecting these punches to be coming from angles typical of a southpaw. So what does Hagler do? He puts his left foot forward. Now the punches are coming from angles typical of an orthodox fighter. Monroe being hurt, there's no way in hell he's gonna catch that. So right now, Hagler is hitting this dude with everything, including the kitchen sink. There's nothing Monroe can do. This fight is over. Look at the feet. Now he's orthodox. And right now his eyes are just as dangerous as his fists. He's picking all his spots and landing everything. Game over. This is one of the most beautiful moments ever. So there you have it, man. There you have it. You know, I'll probably watch this again later with my daughter. You know, I'm already trying to show her little things. You know, she ain't even walking yet, and I'm showing her how to throw punches. You know, she's been watching fights with me since since she was just a couple of months old. You know, it's funny. I think she was about 4 months old, and I can't remember what fight we were watching. Matter of fact, it was the Ali. It was the Ali and George Foreman fight. It was the Ali and George Foreman fight. We were sitting there one night watching that fight, just me and my daughter, and she fell asleep. She fell asleep. And then next thing you know, this girl was throwing punches in her sleep. 4 months old. Swear to God, no bullshit. 4 months old, fell asleep watching the Ali and Foreman fight. And next thing you know, she's throwing punches in her sleep. And, you know, she's going to be a year on September 1st, right? So at this point, I'll be showing her little things, and I wanted to see if she could catch on to, you know, some grappling, right? So, I put my hand like on her chest, like right at the base of her neck, and I act like I'm wrestling her a little bit. And what I did was I took her legs and crossed them over my arms, kind of like how you put somebody in an arm bar. And I wanted to see if she would catch on to, you can get somebody off of you that way, or even, put somebody in the arm bar that way. Now, every time I go to grab her around her chest or at the bottom of her neck, she immediately wraps them arms around. And now I've even taught her to twist, you know what I'm saying? To get my hand off of her. When I tell you that this girl is a fucking natural, She's not even a year old yet. She can't even walk yet. When I tell you, my daughter is gonna be a beast. You understand? She's gonna be the feminist. She's gonna be the most feminine little girl you've ever seen. Put your fucking hands on my daughter if you want to. That's all I can tell you. So, fighting, man. Listen, fighting runs in my family. You know what I'm saying? My father was a boxer. He made sure me and even a few cousins, picked up the sport from a very early age. So I'm passing the torch to my daughter. This is what we do in this family. We fuck people up. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Kenyatta residence, brother. We don't call the police around here. You feel me? So, yeah, man. I just wanted to share this moment. This great Hagler moment. It's a shame these days, a lot of times when the greats are mentioned, there's a lot of people who somehow, some way leave Hagler's name out of it. Even, just boxing fans. If you ask the average boxing fan, who's your top 5 greatest fighters of all time, top 10 greatest fighters of all time, very seldomly do you hear the name Marvin Hagler mentioned, which is just, it's incredible to me. It's incredible to me. He is hands down one of the top 3 greatest middleweights of all fucking time, arguably the greatest middleweight of all time, but somehow, some way, even to this day, does not get the credit that he deserves. But some of us have not forgotten. We will never forget, and we will do our best to make sure that the world never forgets. So on behalf of boxing fans everywhere, real boxing fans everywhere, I would like to say, rest in peace to my favorite fighter of all time, one of the greatest of all time, arguably the greatest middleweight of all time, the real Hands of Stone, marvelous Marvin Hagler. Rest in peace, champ. Rest in peace.